I call the member for Dawson.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise today to highlight just another bad decision by the Albanese Labor Government, and that is to phase out the live export trade for Australia. And I say the export trade for Australia is because this will do nothing for the export trade throughout the world. The only thing it will do is highlight the fact that some of those other countries do not have the same stringent standards that we do when we export, and we account for about a third of the worldwide sheep trade. But I don't understand why those opposite just do never support the farmers, the fishers, the miners and the foresters. They just never ever do this. And this comes hot on the heels of the gillnet ban, which put 90 fishermen and women in my area of Dawson out of business, with no consultation whatsoever. So I was very excited to join my parliamentary colleagues of the Coalition Ag Committee to tour Western Australia, where we actually seen firsthand what the phasing out of the live sheep industry trade would actually do. And let me tell you, Deputy Speaker, it's actually diabolical. There's farmers over there, third, fourth, fifth generation farmers, who are living absolutely, they're in despair. They don't know whether to invest, their families are walking off the farms, their kids won't go back. It's absolutely terrible. But let's go straight to the facts here. When the live sheep go onto the boat, they're actually monitored on the whole trip, from the start right through to the finish. And a lot of those sheep actually put on weight. They're a bit like us when we go on a cruise ship. If you're comfortable, have some good tucker, and you go off and you actually put on weight. That is certainly not what happens to anyone who's actually in despair. And have a look at the temperatures. It's pretty harsh country out in Western Australia and some of the areas out in South Australia for the sheep, but when they're actually on the boat, the sea moderates the temperature. So they actually get really well looked after, and their mortality rate is actually 0.2%. So they actually have a higher mortality rate when the sheep are actually out in the paddock. So we are looking after the sheep extremely, extremely well. So they are the scientific facts. But unfortunately, this decision to phase out the live sheep industry is not made on scientific facts, it's made on political facts. The Albanese Labor Government is bowing down to the Greens once again. I know they're in a coalition together, and I appreciate their position, be it as misguided as what it is, but they're bowing down once again, and they're trying to save these inner-city seats. But what about looking after the farmers of this country who provide the food and fibre, who feed us? Without farms in this country, we will be naked, we will be starving, and we will be sober.
Authorised by Andrew Wilcox, LNP Mackay.